You kill 250 cows per hour. Not per day, per hour. One every 14 seconds. Your hands are covered in blood for 10 hours straight. You can't stop. You can't slow down. The line doesn't pause. If your knife slips, you lose a finger. 27 workers per day suffer an amputation or hospitalization in this industry. If your mind slips, you lose something worse. Slaughterhouse workers experience depression at 4 times the national average. And a form of PTSD that isn't given to victims. It's given to the ones who caused the trauma. You are paid $14.76 an hour to kill for a living. And you can't tell anyone what it's doing to you. Because you can barely tell yourself. You're 24 years old. You just arrived in a small town in Nebraska, or Iowa, or Arkansas, or North Carolina. You came from Guatemala, or Honduras, or Mexico. Or maybe you came from the next county over. It doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you need money. Today. Not next month. Today. You heard there's a plant hiring. Always hiring. The meatpacking plant on the edge of town, the one you can smell from 2 miles away. The one where trucks pull in full of livestock and leave empty. The one where the help wanted sign is permanent. That means the entire workforce quits and is replaced every single year. That's not a red flag. That's a siren. But you need the job. So you walk in. They don't ask for much. A social security number, real or not. A pair of steel-toed boots. The willingness to stand in one spot for 10 hours and do the same motion over and over and over until your body forgets everything else. Starting pay, about $14 to $16 an hour. The average annual salary is roughly $28,000, just above the poverty line for a family of 4. This is one of the most dangerous, most psychologically destructive jobs in America. And it pays less than working the register at Costco. Your first day, they give you a quick orientation. They hand you a smock, a hairnet, gloves, and a knife. And then they put you on the line. The line. The line is everything. It's a conveyor belt that moves animal carcasses through the plant at a speed set by the company. In some chicken plants, the line moves at 140 birds per minute. In beef plants, 1 cow every 14 seconds. You stand at your station, and as each carcass passes, you make your cut. The same cut, over and over, for 10 hours. If you slow down, the line doesn't wait. If you need to use the bathroom, the line doesn't wait. If your hand cramps so badly you can't grip the knife, the line doesn't wait. One worker described it as being chained to the line by speed. The injuries start in week 1. Your hands. The repetitive motion of gripping a knife destroys your tendons, your nerves, your joints. A USDA study found that 81% of chicken processing workers were at significantly elevated risk of developing carpal tunnel syndrome. Your hands are your tools, and the job eats them alive. Then there are the acute injuries. Lacerations from knives that never stop moving. Fingers severed by bandsaws. Hands caught in grinders. From 2015 to 2017, there were 550 serious injuries reported, including 270 amputations. That's more than 1 amputation per day. And those are only the reported ones. Because many injuries in this industry never make it into the data. The workers who get hurt often don't report it, because they're afraid. Afraid of being fired. Afraid of being deported. Human Rights Watch documented a case where a worker visited the nursing station 90 times before being referred to a doctor. 90 times she came in hurting. 90 times they sent her back to the line. Because the line doesn't wait. And the companies know who they're hiring. Approximately 38% of slaughterhouse workers were born outside the United States. An estimated 30 to 50% of the meatpacking workforce is undocumented. Companies actively recruit from immigrant communities. They hire people who won't complain. People who know that a phone call to immigration is the only thing standing between their job and deportation. One worker told investigators, "They know we can't say anything. That's why they hire us. But the physical injuries aren't the worst part. The worst part is what killing does to your mind." 25 million farm animals are slaughtered in the United States every single day. And someone has to do it. Someone has to put the bolt gun to the cow's head and pull the trigger. Someone has to slit the throat. Someone has to hang the still twitching body on a hook. Someone has to watch the blood drain into the gutter while the next one is already coming down the line. Every 14 seconds. The American Psychological Association has identified a condition specific to this work: perpetration-induced traumatic stress, PITS. Unlike regular PTSD, where you are the victim of trauma, PITS occurs when you are the cause. You are performing violence repeatedly and systematically. Slaughterhouse workers experience depression at 4 times the national average. They report higher rates of anxiety, substance abuse, and dissociation. A 2009 study found a measurable increase in violent crime in towns with slaughterhouses, independent of other factors. Workers describe nightmares, actual, recurring nightmares about the animals. One said, "The worst thing is the emotional toll. You kill things all day. Coping mechanisms mirror combat veterans. Alcohol, drugs, emotional shutdown." Some describe going numb, turning off empathy like a switch. The numbness follows you into your marriage, into your parenting, into your sleep. You become a ghost wearing your own face. Writer Gail Eisnitz documented widespread alcoholism and depression. One employee said the emotional damage was worse than the knives, the saws, the blood, because the blood washes off. The other thing doesn't. And through all of this, the industry generates over $270 billion per year. The 4 largest meatpacking companies control 85% of the market. Their executives make millions. Their workers make $14 an hour and lose fingers. Human Rights Watch titled their investigation, "When We're Dead and Buried, Our Bones Will Keep Hurting." That came from a real person. Years pass. You're 35 now. You've been on the line for 11 years. Your right hand doesn't fully close anymore. The nerves gave out. You've seen a coworker collapse on the floor crying and get told to take 5 minutes and come back. The line doesn't stop for any of them. Then one evening, you come home. Your daughter is at the kitchen table doing homework. She looks up and says, "Poppy, what do you do at work all day?" And you freeze. Because how do you tell a 12-year-old that you kill things? That the reason you come home quiet is because the bolt gun is still echoing. You don't tell her. You can't. So you smile. You kiss her forehead. And you say, "I work at the factory, Mia. It's nothing special." And tomorrow the line starts again. And the cycle continues.